Let's go, Q Army. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. We fight every day, and today is November 5th, 2019. Wow, what past 48 hours has been kind of crazy. Just so much going on. Get ready today, guys. Memes, locked on target, fire when ready, high priority targets today and tomorrow. Where we go one, we go all Q, and what's in the news today. Well, we're going to go over that today, and today we've got a very special guest, but first, let me introduce my partner in justice, Shady Grooove. Shady.
Happy Tuesday, Matrixxx, and all you lovely Patriots and Anons out there. How you doing? You feel like you're winning, my friend?
I'm kind of getting tired, but I'm not tired of winning.
You're getting tired from all the winning, but not of it.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm telling you, the winning is just intensifying. But you know, we got so much going on. We got a very brave James O'Keefe. We got a very brave ABC reporter, and we're gonna go over some of that today. What do we got on tap today, Shady?
Today we have a very special guest that I would like to introduce to you guys. No one here probably doesn't know his name. Dustin Nemos is joining us today to describe and explain a lot of the great goings on behind the scenes and how Patriots are coming together in the different movements to help sponsor and support other Patriots trying to get this wonderful president reelected for 2020, my friend.
That's right. You can go over to redpillliving.com/inthematrix with 3 X's and get your stuff today. Dustin, welcome.
Hey guys, it's good to see you again.
Great to see you. Great to talk to you. Last time I saw you, real life, we were busy. We were really busy at that Amp Fest, weren't we?
You guys were networking and like schmoozing and talking to people and shaking hands. It was pretty awesome to see from the other side of the country.
I tell you, it was really hard to sit down because every time I moved 10 feet, somebody stopped me, especially once, they found out who I was, Dustin.
Yeah, I want to mention something about that. I go to a lot of these conferences and network, but this is the first time I saw like 30-something Q people at one of these events. We're taking over.
Yeah, we're taking over. And we were allowed to be in there, and I actually, was slipped a VIP, which was kind of cool. So I was honored to have that. I met all these people, all these great Patriots in one room. It was amazing. And that was a big thanks. Justin Form Talk Craig is the one that got me in there with the general. And I really thank him so much. What an amazing guy. Like him a lot. So look, we got so much going on. We just heard Joe Biden talk about bringing back the Paris Climate Accord, right? And then look what happened yesterday. The U.S. formally notifies the UN of the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord. I think that's a big boom. We've got all these booms on target. But we're also going to talk to, go through some of this news, and we're also going to talk to Dustin a little bit about the white hat movement and the bit burning. So I can't wait to hear more about that. But let's go through some of this stuff. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see?
I did.
The new sealed case files? Yeah.
Wow.
So that's averaging about 5,000 a month. And this is 6,500 new, 131,095 entered from 10/30/17 to 10/31/19. That's 5,462 per month.
That is astonishing how this is continuing to build.
I want to add something also, because now you should see this start to decline as we start to get them all, right? Like we start to see the end of the investigation, but it's still going really strong.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to point out that this was maybe just illegal immigrants or MS-13 or something. We just had a month where no illegal immigrants came in at all, period. Right. So if that were the case, this would just drop off, and it's not going to.
That's a good point.
And am I correct in assessing this, that the ones that have actually been unsealed are coming off of this list, or is that incorrect?
Yeah, that is correct. If you look at
that's what I thought. Yeah.
So I can't make it big enough though right here, but if
that's okay.
Yeah, some do come off. I don't see the number, but go ahead.
No, I was thinking that it was the ones that were unsealed were coming off the list as we went along.
And we've got a lot of people saying, well, I don't know about these. Well, Q reposted it. Okay, Q actually asked, it was Livid at the time, on the boards, on the Chan boards, it said, where did you get this from, pacer.ugg. It might have been a helper anon or something, and then Q reposted it. So when Livid posted this one, it was like maybe 60,000, give or take. There was a helper anon that asked where it came from, and then Q, shortly thereafter, posted the sealed cases.
Yes, and right around the same time as all of the, let's say, quote unquote alt media out there, the people like Stranahan's were attacking Dustin, and no one would accept any of this information, and it's seemingly all the blue check mark people 110% agree that this is not accurate information.
I call him Straw Manahan. Go ahead.
Straw Manahan.
Straw Manahan. Did you guys ever watch part of that 5-hour debate that I did with him?
I watched the whole thing in real time.
Remember, I contacted you right before, Dustin? I contacted you? Yeah.
You did, and he defended Podesta. He defended Evie's crib.
He did.
He tried to accuse me of being a pedophile for trying to investigate these cases. I mean, he was all over the place, and he could not defend his arguments about Q. He just had to move the goalpost. He had to change the topic over and over for 5 hours.
Yeah,
and he was doing the same thing about Cernovich too, because you were trying to explain to him that Cernovich was trying to expose, but he was like covering up. It was crazy to watch.
And then on the June 3rd interview with Captain Roy D about the Q book on Alex Jones's show, one of the people that called in was unmistakably Lee Stranahan's voice trying to bash Q again. I mean, this is a conspiracy. They're doing this like a job.
Yeah, they are. And, the Alex Jones is attacking us as well. And I've even kind of got some proof of that, because when I went to that Orlando rally, I was interviewed by Millie Weaver. And I didn't think it was the time to actually, call out Alex Jones for being what Q says, tied to Mossad and whatnot. That he could actually be in the, the release of the Mueller report kind of stuff. So I was actually, and they're like, look, in that footage from Millie's cameraman got posted on Discord. Very interesting.
Not out in public, but it got put in through the back. It wasn't the video he put out.
Right, and we know Dustin has a history with Alex Jones as well. Dustin, right?
Yeah, he did a 45-minute hit piece on me when I put out that video with Owen Schroyer, and I put out this video asking the question after Q did the Mossad statements. Does that mean Alex Jones is going to go to Gitmo because he's playing the game? And Q said, no one who plays the game gets a pass. Obviously, Alex Jones is not going to get a pass, and obviously that freaked him out a bit, because the very next day, and he wouldn't have known who I was, he responded with just ad homs and insults and that stuff, calling me names, calling me like Satan's ankle and weird things like that. But he spent 45 minutes on it, and then on June 3rd for that Captain Roy D interview, he threatened to kill us. Wow. I mean, maybe me specifically, but at least the authors of the book, you could make an argument either way. But people that are accusing him of being an agent, best-selling book accusing him of being an agent, he threatened to kill, and he clipped it out later, and I got copies of the before and the after where he's clipped it out of his live. Yeah, and you could see his like Japanese voice, like he's just talking and nothing's coming out for a few seconds. But I got the real clip and I busted him on it.
It's very interesting too, because here's the clip right here. This is what Q was talking about with "Be careful who you follow," guys. Okay,
right? Not talking about us anons.
Right, here we go.
And I was separately told this by QAnon. I'm gonna say again, I've talked to QAnon. There's only about 5-6 people that have actually been posting.
Right.
I've talked to QAnon, and they're saying QAnon is no longer QAnon.
Is that funny?
It's better every time.
It does. It really does.
And do you love his Matrixxx background, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's just coincidence.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Frank. I can't really do it with Frank, you know. Oh my gosh. So that guy is just, you know, absolutely insane. And I did another one too, but I can't play it here because it would get done. I had a song, Liar, Liar. But anyways, back to the news. We got, and Dustin, I mean, we've been attacked. A lot of Anons. And then in comes the MAGA coalition as well. I mean, there's bots, there's, you know, everything going on in their
Discord.
funds. Discord.
It's organized.
You know what Discord comes from, right?
I think it was like a gaming thing as far as I know, but I know that what they're doing is very organized. That you can see the way that they interact together. And I could make some comments about that if you like.
Shady, what is it? What did it? Well, go ahead. Tell them the story.
Yeah, the original name of Discord was called Hammer and Chisel. That was the name that they originally put with it. So, and then have you noticed how many people in the mainstream media have used the word Discord in the last year and a half? It's just it's always being said all of a sudden, whereas before you never really heard that much about it. So it's very interesting how this operation, to me, I mean, you can kind of see it as they knew Trump was coming 4 or 5 years ago, but
yeah, I think so too. Also, I mean, there's some things too that you know, she said Discord and Dem Forum on 1/11/16, which I thought was very interesting.
Which was almost a year. Remember, you know, a year, 1 year before.
And I want to show you something too, Dustin. You'll like this.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm getting it. I'm pulling it up.
Since you bring up MAGA coalition, I guess I could make a comment about that real fast, because obviously they threatened to sue me. They said me by name, and some. I think they said you as well, Matrixxx, and
they did. They said him, yeah.
And Praying Medic, I think, was mentioned, but they were going to sue us to get to Q. Right? Never happened. Never materialized. But part of what I've noticed is that there is a group, a network. There's like this Alex Jones clique when you go to DC and you go to these events, like they don't want you in, like the Cernovich, the Posobiec,
right?
You know, some of that group. And then, especially if you're a Q person, like they hate me. But then on the other hand, like for example, you guys remember Isaac Cappy, of course, and you remember that Mossad Media Matrixxx.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when he died, and I knew him, I was reporting on it. I'd spoken to him recently, and I've got some great clips and such. But when he died, under very mysterious circumstances, clearly, if he's even dead at all, you know, there's all sorts of questions around that. 3 of the people on that list came after me in various ways. So it was very strange, and I knew immediately. And one of those things was Alex Jones threatening to kill me very short time after I was talking about Cappy. I knew immediately I've hit some kind of nerve.
So that was after he'd passed or before when I were...
This was in retaliation to my reporting on his death. So within a very short time frame, 3 of those actors came after me. Defengo working with MAGA Coalition, and Defengo also communicating with Gabe Hoffman. And in his defense, Gabe was very polite. He was very, you know, mature about the way he approached me. It was more like, I've got big lawyers, that kind of stuff, right? And then Alex Jones threatened to kill me. And that's kind of when the whole MAGA Coalition was going to sue us too, because that came out of the interview I did with Defengo when he was trying to say MAGA Coalition wanted peace with QAnon and stuff. I was curious, right? So I had him on, but later I found out they were just trying to set me up. They were trying to get something that they could use, and then they were in communication through Hoffman, or through Defengo with Hoffman. And then, you know, I can confirm that through the tweets that they've sent me and each other, and things that they knew that they couldn't have known without talking to each other, stuff like that. So there's a group that are really spooked about that Mossad Media Matrixxx thing for whatever reason. I'm not saying it's absolutely true or anything. I don't want to get sued, Gabe. But, you know, it's got them after us.
Mm-hmm. And here's that video right here, I believe, Dustin.
I've got Matt Drudge on. I'm real. I relaunched the Patriot movement. I'm not bragging here.
Is this it?
I'm just saying along comes the royalty of Q. And it just tells me that I'm this anti-American. And let me tell you, for a lot of generations, that's not what's been going on. We've been doing a lot of stuff, writing books and financing things and killing people for this country. My family's been killing people for 240 plus years for this country, brother. Killing people, doing a lot of dangerous stuff. And people come along that won't say who their name is and accuse me of being a goddamn Russian agent. I'll come after their ass. Do you understand that?
Russian agent.
Certainly, I understand threats.
Wow.
Actually, Mossad, but hey, who's counting? Go ahead, Dustin.
He knows we said Mossad. Yeah, he knows we said Mossad, and you know, there was a funny clip, and especially when you clip it out, you put them next to each other, but he reacted. He reacted again, and he reacted in fear, and he reacted to something that we were reporting on. So this is twice now he's reacted to this. He's got defensiveness about him for sure.
Yeah, and look at poor Roy. Oh my gosh.
Roy did really well. I think he held his own, and this was an hour and a half with an attorney present. Alex Jones would lie to him, said it was about his new book. Never was about his new book. He was on a Q book for an hour and a half with the lawyer present, trying to just dig.
So we're talking about Discord, right? This is Hillary Clinton from the Wayback Machine. I just picked any time before the election. If you right-click and inspect the element on the H with the arrow, look what comes up. Let's see, where's the H with the arrow? Maybe they scrubbed it because they know I'm going to get it again. Here it is. Here is the H. See the H with the arrow? Get out the vote. Join the only 18-month nationally televised hackathon. And there's a board here to go. It's a job board from greenhouse.io. So they were recruiting hackers.
IT people. More likely criminals.
See that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's on the H with the arrow. Inspect.
Before the election. This was back in 16, right?
Yep. And you just pick anything on the Wayback Machine. You know, before
it had to be, you know, this is all infrastructure that has been set up in the background prior to the president getting elected. I mean, there's a lot to be said for things that were known before things happened, and how long they're known before they happened, and what people know about the future. It is kind of crazy whenever you look back and through everything we've been through for the last.
Are you saying there's a plan?
I think there's a plan. I think it's been going on for a long, long time.
And I think they have a queue.
Yeah, they have their subvert commanders as well.
So this was awesome, dudes. What about this?
This is beautiful.
The
right?
Nationals came out. One of the dudes came out with a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Wow, the president was so excited. He was so lovely.
Heads explode in 3, 2, 1. That was awesome.
Triggered liberals in 3, 2.
Also,
1.
just so you know, the number of misspellings, and remember, punctuation and spelling matters, Anons, right? 188, the number of Trump's misspelling errors on Twitter since taking office. Shady, what's 1 + 8 + 8?
17.
No, it isn't. Come on. Is that kind of a boom? Do you think that's a boom, Shady?
I think that's pretty funny that they decided to do the story on that number.
And misspellings, because what does Q say, right?
I don't want to be immature, but have you guys seen the picture meme of like Brian Stelter? He looks almost identical to the Wax My Balls transgender guy.
Yes, I have seen that.
Oh, Shady, if you want to find that and drop it in the chat here. Lexington rally was amazing, guys. What do you think of that? Oh my gosh, that whole I couldn't. As soon as
you
said
watched the whole rally,
yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was basically just Q. It was basically Q. Obviously America Not for Sale. That one.
Returning power to the people.
Returning power to the people. 17 years. 117% opioid is down in Kentucky. How many percent? 17. Then he was talking about the market, and if he says it wrong, the media is going to, grill him on it because it could be 108. What did he say? 118, 117, or 119, and then just the 17s were amazing. I'm sure I missed some because my jaw was on the floor with this whole show. It was amazing. Oh, and then he also talked about he introduced the gentleman that's running for I think Attorney General there in Kentucky. And he said, "A Star Is Born." Have you ever seen that movie? Has Q ever talked about movies?
Mm-hmm.
Has he ever talked about the Bourne supremacy?
Yep.
A Star Is Born. Have you seen that movie? He says. Very interesting, huh? I'm sure it's just coincidence.
Very, and one thing I thought was really cool was Rand Paul's. Rand
Paul was amazing.
Yeah, like he was really like, wow, okay, like we have two people now that are kind of maybe working together to get our men and women off of the sands of foreign land.
And he was talking about exactly what you and I want to say. He wants to see all of it come out.
I want D-class going back to whenever they started classing.
Right. So let's go ahead and watch that, Shady.
Also with us tonight is a great warrior and a great guy.
This is definitely newsworthy.
Smart, strong, loves your state, and he's really become a good friend of mine. And I'll tell you, he's a little bit different. It's okay.
See, Shady, read the transcript.
Whenever I've needed him,
I know. I saw
whenever
it.
I needed him, he was always there. It's true. I mean, sometimes, like, I'd say...
Sometimes he was a little short. No.
And they knew who he was talking about, too. They shouted Rand Paul at some people.
Libertarian touch. That's okay.
Libertarian touch.
That's okay.
Well, I was a Ron Paul supporter,
and I'm
so...
not talking about me, I'm talking about we. We need a vote. He's so incredible, and he's become a really good friend. And I want to have him come up for a second. Rand Paul, your senator, a great warrior.
He looks like he's coming out to a boxing match.
He is. He
doesn't want to get tackled again, right?
True
well,
that.
That's right. His neighbor, right?
He's got to be in a defensive position now.
President Trump
Yeah,
has great
paranoid.
courage. He faces down the fake media.
This is huge.
Every day.
Yes, he does.
But Congress needs to step up and have equal courage to defend the president.
Hashtag Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham, yes.
Hunter Biden made $50,000 a month. That's the definition of corruption. We know he got it only because of his family connections. We also now know the name of the whistleblower.
Boom.
The whistleblower needs to come before Congress as a material witness because he worked for Joe Biden at the same time Hunter Biden was getting money from corrupt oligarchs. I say tonight to the media, do your job and
Do your job.
print his name.
Do it.
Bravo! Shame them.
I mean, that's not a conflict of interest, is it?
Yes, it is.
Like the definition of?
Maybe the dictionary example picture.
See Hunter Biden.
And I say this to my fellow colleagues in Congress, to every Republican in Washington, step up and subpoena Hunter Biden
Boom.
and subpoena the whistleblower.
Boom, boom, boom.
Adam.
That's huge, guys.
Put Adam Schiff in there, too.
And I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
And I say
On
to
the
my
late night.
colleagues, if Shifty Schiff will not let Hunter Biden come, and if he will not bring the
Walk
whistleblower
out.
forward, every Republican in Congress should take a walk and say, this is a farce.
That is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Just like Matt Gaetz
Let's do that.
led everybody into that meeting. That was amazing. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. This is Shifty Schiff Pretends. This is chapter 2. This is it. You know, shit.
That is one skip.
He pretends. Chapter 2, Russia, Ukraine. Now that's a scary clown.
It is a scary clown.
That is
have
a
you
scary
seen,
clown.
Have you seen the Gutfeld rendition with what's his name on Gutfeld where
Yeah.
he's got him all his eyes pinned open and the rosy cheeks?
Take a
Oh,
deep
what is
inhale.
his name? Galoo.
Impeachment.
True impeachment.
That was funny. This cracked me up too. Although they could probably do
Oh, gosh.
a better Hillary Clinton,
We're
Bill
never
Clinton
gonna
voice.
have enough of this.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Come on, Bill. Hold him up. Come on. He's gotta look like he's still alive, okay? 'Cause, you know, we didn't kill him. Right?
That's right, Hillary.
That's right, Hillary. We didn't kill him.
Relations with that man.
I did not
I
have
also
murderous relations with
never
that
been
man.
to his island. Oh yeah, Bill.
Oh, and
Explain that photo of you on the Lolita Express then, huh? Now about that tan. You ain't fooling nobody. And Hillary, the fuck you mean? I'll tell you one thing. I definitely did not kill myself.
And Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
great.
I mean, you just can't make it. So this was awesome. The national anthem. Check that out if you guys didn't see it last night. It was absolutely phenomenal. And then here's the rally. You know, I was talking to Carly earlier, and she was like, if I did a thread on all the Q proofs in this Trump rally, I'd still be doing it right now. That thread would be long. I mean, it was. She's right. She's absolutely right. Like, it was just total Q proof. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Must watch. Very, very good. Very good one. Project Veritas sent out a tweet saying, "Are you on the inside of a corrupt organization or institution? Contact us. Be brave. Blow the whistle." Then it has the link. And then Matt Gaetz says, yeah, it's called Congress. You can't make it. And he was a pleasure to meet. Did you meet him as well at the...
We saw him. He kind of came by the table where we were doing dinner and stuff. But when I saw him, he saw me and our eyes locked, and he was coming into the room from like in the distance, and he walked right into a freaking like one of those big corners of the stairs where they have flowers and stuff. But it's like,
oh no!
Oh no! There's Dustin Nemos. Oh,
and I hope he doesn't hate me. You know, so I didn't want to say anything to him at the time because he might like remember me and hate me later for it.
Well, I think I think we were allowed to be there because if we weren't, we wouldn't be there, right?
I agree with that. And you wouldn't have been invited.
Yeah, we were allowed to be there, and I think giving like myself, that VIP. I mean, I had my picture next to Sarah Sanders. I actually, ran. I stayed in the same area as I didn't see anybody else from the conference in the Arnold Palmer area where the presidential area is, and I was there, and Secret Service was everywhere. And there's a couple things. I ran into Kimberly, in the lobby. That was awesome. And then Donald Jr. a few times in the lobby too, when he was kind of just wearing his green polo and a red hat and just kind of being incognito. Talked to them both a couple of times, and I got a really nice picture with Kimberly, which was awesome, Kimberly Guilfoyle. But I don't think, so this Q account called In the Matrixxx is at and taking pictures next to all these people. I mean, I think that should have been the big story. And Dustin,
and
you guys,
they don't want to. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. We're taking over.
Yeah.
Like there was a bunch of us there, multiple YouTubers. I mean, between all of us that were there, we could probably reach 1 or 2 million people alone. So of course, like we're going to be the media soon, and then they're going to come on our platforms instead of like CNNs and such.
Right. And do you remember? Did you see Junior's speech?
Yeah, that was funny.
It was to me, it was, and then there was another time I was having lunch with Ann Vandersteel sitting in a booth, and Charlie Kirk and Junior were right there having lunch, and they were leaving, and Kirk was in between Junior, and I said, Junior, love what you're doing, big fan. He damn near knocked over Charlie Kirk to shake my hand.
Oh, that's good. I want to meet Charlie still. I haven't met him yet.
I just met him.
I would love
briefly.
to meet him.
So do you remember what Donald Trump Jr. said at that speech when he talked to Blake, the brick wall guy, right? The brick wall jacket guy? The wall jacket guy?
Yeah, the funny, he had a good sense of humor. I know he pointed him out and he said something. What was it?
So he said, yeah, you're at the Orlando rally, right? And, Blake said, well, first he said, how do you clean that jacket? And he goes, pressure washer, right? Because it's a wall jacket. And so then he said, yeah, they kind of made a lot of fun of us at that Trump rally, or at that Orlando rally. They said we had designer flip-flops and cargo pants. Remember that? And that was from this video.
It is grievance palooza. This is everyone there is there's not this affirmative feeling about the greatness of our country or some vision for the future. There were a lot of people there, classic Florida. There were a little bit of a smattering of QAnon. There were people wearing their formal flip-flops and their dress cargo pants.
Exactly 4 years ago this week, and
that's me wearing around going, who's Q?
What's up, everybody?
Remember that? So I think that was kind of like an indirect nod. And by the way, because he said that, allowed me to talk to many other people at that rally, and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. Voorhees saw it, all these people. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So that kind of gave me a little bit of, how would you call that? Kind of gave me a little bit of a nod so I could, spread it, like people would take me a little more seriously. All right, so that's go ahead.
I think that a lot of us are starting to see that the mainstream media model is the majority of Americans, once they see how broken that mainstream model is, they're really going to revert back to their own intuition. That'll be the first step. You know, everyone will take a step backwards first, back into themselves. Like, wait a minute, why have I been trusting this? This doesn't speak to me. And then all of a sudden, you put your, you know, once Americans are in that position, they're no longer a Democrat or a Republican. Believe it or not, they get back to like, you know, the moment, what was it, when you were in high school, whenever you were taught to trust these people, and then you're like, wait, whoa, what am I thinking? And it does really give you a reset of not only re-examining the particular conversation, but also your whole perspective about what's being said and what it all means. I mean, now if you just go looking back, you see 3 years of complete lies. And now they say they're going to impeach over a phone call. Are you kidding me? If you're going to impeach him over a phone call, why didn't you do it 2.5 years ago?
Right. And
There's
why aren't
been plenty of phone calls.
Why aren't we asking for their phone calls?
And why don't we get all the phone calls from No Name, or the phone calls from Graham, or the phone calls from some of these, from Mr. Ryan up there, or Pelosi, or any of these other people, transcripts.
That Kamala Harris one that just like the room came out. Jussie Smollett, right? They passed a law on a fake hate crime, and she was part of that, and now they're trying to cover that up.
Right.
And I think that we're waiting for her to quit so that we can pursue. She came up in the Smollett phone records, and so they're just waiting for her to walk away from this campaign.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. So we got O'Keefe today, right? And he had a death threat. And
yes, he did. A few of them.
Yeah, it was issued from Conservative Inc. apparently against James O'Keefe. So you see how fake MAGA they call themselves conservative? They're not. You got to remember, and you know what I'm saying is it's a new party. This is the Donald Trump Republican Party. This is the MAGA Republican Party, because
Patriot Party.
Yeah, because No Name, you know, is not a part of that party. You know, we've got you know, people like Rubio from Florida. You know, he's not part of that party. Lindsey Graham is very worried, and remember, I played that video from 2016 with Donald Trump calling Lindsey out, saying we don't want war with Syria, we don't want a World War III. So Lindsey's scared. Yes, he was scared when you saw him. I mean, body language ghost, you know, did a thing on him and everything. That's why he's scared.
He was terrified when he found out about it. Now he's stepping down because he's complicit.
He's not going to open any investigations.
Well, and you know, he's complicit, but you know, and that's right, Shady, he's not. But you know, I wonder if, because Q says not all will be prosecuted, if Lindsey is doing what he's supposed to be doing. I mean, obviously, you recall, as soon as No Name was gone, Lindsey came out. You notice that?
I did.
And he kind of flipped to Trump.
He kind of flipped to Trump because maybe he felt safe again. I really think a lot of these people aren't inherently bad, and they basically had to go along with this stuff or pop.
Yeah, I think that they've made allowances for people who did not hurt kids and did not sell us out at high levels.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe even, you know, tried to stop it, or but at the same time, I think that a lot of the people that are most interested in keeping their secrets are staying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people that are leaving are okay with, you know, letting, you know, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, and I'll get out of here. And
they can be trusted.
Choice. Yeah.
So also, Mark Young was Blunt Force Truth. That's Chuck Woolery's show. They have shows 3 days a week. Guess what, Shady?
He was on Ann's show?
And I'm trying to get him on our show.
I would love to have him over here.
Wouldn't that be cool to have Chuck 2 and 2?
I would love that.
I would love Chuck Woolery on this show. All right, so this is it, man. This is the Epstein.
We won't turn it into a game show.
No. I'll take impeachment for $500. Oh wait, what is it, Shady? I'd like to buy an eye.
Where is that meme? That is the best meme.
Oh my God.
I think Ann is speaking there today, actually.
Yep, Epstein. So this is it. This is Pat Sajak, though. But
resist putting this.
I'd like to buy an eye, Pat. Epstein did not kill himself.
I want to give you guys like a 30-minute warning for my doctor appointment later.
Right. Got it. So again, Year Delta, memes locked on target, fire when ready, high priority targets today, tomorrow. What was just leaked today, guys? And let's check out James O'Keefe right here. Wait, where is it? Oh wait, this is what I wanted to play too. This is Here we go.
Or maybe 17 years.
17 years. I freaked out when I saw that, guys. How many years? 17.
Or maybe 17.
So this is it. Let's watch this because this is only a minute and 25, but you got to watch the whole video. Ready?
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on.
And this is the definition of high-profile targets, guys. Ready?
On the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. What do you think of that?
Man.
It's big.
The beginning.
What else did they cover up? What else did they spike? And who's involved? We know Zucker's kind of a naughty player as well, not only ethically and his anti-Trump views, but also, of course, that he's been playing around and networking and socializing. And, there's Ghislaine Maxwell and his social circle, things like that.
Prince Andrew is deeply connected. Look at that picture, guys. That's your British monarchy that you guys love.
Yeah, that's the royalty that our media puts up in front of us, like we should somehow respect.
That's right.
Or should have some sort of allegiance to, like, oh, how wonderful and fairy tale-ish. Stop it.
And
Drunk bimbos and corruption.
And she also mentioned Alan, right? Alan Dershowitz?
Alan Dershowitz, yeah.
So QPost 41118. Thank you, Alan. Welcome aboard. Freedom. Now, this is Alan. Welcome aboard. Plane 17.
This is a man who, on Laura Ingraham, he said, I never took my underwear off. He literally said that on TV about a massage in Epstein's house.
Alan, welcome aboard plane 17Q. The records show Alan in seat 17 on Lolita Express, guys.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Was it set up the whole time, I wonder?
Like I said, man, I don't know how long this operation goes back, but it seems like it goes back a long time.
Yeah, he's kind of an enigma because he's saying a lot of really good stuff you would not expect a pedophile to say.
I agree.
Yeah.
So he's either flipped or I suspect, like, if he was a pedophile, they wouldn't let him flip.
You would think, right? I mean, you remember there's two areas for this Epstein stuff. You know what I mean? There's the satanic crap, but he was also Epstein's attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the.
I think he was, and he was involved with Cernovich as well on that case. But they make it out like they're the champion of the information, whereas it may not have been so cut and dry. They may have been trying to cover up some things, or misdirect, or lead, or steer that awareness into a certain way.
Right.
And that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like news media are more for, is steering the story anyway, but where it really is.
Well, they're protecting. Here it is. Look at
all protection. Yes.
Look right here. Alan Dershowitz. What number?
Quite a few times too. It looks like.
Alan Dershowitz. Welcome aboard, Alan. 17 plane. Boom. We have it all. So Anons have it all. You have it all. We have it all. Very interesting stuff. Also wanted to just kind of make sure you guys get out and vote today. Make sure. I also wanted to put this because this was a reply I basically put to O'Keefe, right? So this is not just about sex trafficking. Will the rich and powerful influence the court to prevent the unsealing? Not only did they influence the court, guys, they influenced the media. And it's a tale of two. One, It's a sex resort, non-temple, resort only, trafficked and drugged underage girls. Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz. And 2, occult worship of evil, temple, class 1 to 99, Haiti, Hillary Clinton. Pray for your victims. Pray for the victims, guys. Pray. And pray that this story gets out, guys.
And
Finally.
more people come to it. And, you know, they're suppressing the hashtag on Twitter all day today. Because
of this, too. Like, let's say you're at an event, and listen to this, guys. Here, check it out.
Why did you fly on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times? 26 times, Bill. Why? What were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane? Shut up. He knows.
So, on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, they're telling him to sit down and shut up, guys.
The program.
Protecting these people.
James Patterson knows who Jeffrey Epstein is. Child sex trafficker, you flew on it 26 times. Shut up. What, you got nothing to say? You know you did it. James, tell him who it is.
This isn't that's loud.
Yeah.
Session right
it's not an open session?
Not for questions right now, okay? So can you just sit down?
You wrote a book on Jeff 26 times, Bill.
If you can sit down.
26 times, guys. And that's why you guys need to go through this. The Epstein flight manifests. Here they all are. Mainstream news. It's public information. It's all out there. Here they are.
And great media people like Dustin and many, many others have been trying to expose this information for 2 years now, everyone. Like we are really a huge movement. I think that how many people tried to log into 8kun whenever they put it up? Like over 30 million hits they had.
34.5 million.
Yeah, 30 million.
Yeah, that is just an astronomical number. And, you know, this leads us right into what it is that Dustin is he's trying to do here. He's trying to organize us in a way to be recognized, and he's trying to organize people who don't want to promote their business to these cabal-oriented platforms to have a resource to where there's actually patriots and American first-minded people who get their eyes on this stuff.
Yeah, and Dustin, go ahead and let's talk a little bit about your movement and what you've got set up for Patriots. You know, you can have the floor. I really want you to get your message out. You know, let's explain what your white hat movement's about, bit burning, the whole 9 yards.
Sure, and I'm going to give you guys a little backstory context because this is part of the Q movement, and you know we're all Q people here. So, where we go, one we go all as a philosophy. You know, obviously that's paired with the Q movement, and people understand it, but it really is just everything is connected to everything kind of philosophy, and people understand that part. But what I wanted to show people was that it's a great tactic to use also, and that means, like, for example, the Q book. You know, we did the best-selling Q book, and it's not because we're great authors. Most of us were first-timers, you know, myself included. It's because we worked together, and we were able to break through on Amazon and actually get the truth out there and pissed off the entire media. Because when we work together, like Q says, we're stronger together. So that's the back context a little bit.
Now the Q book publisher, tell us about that really quick.
Yeah, so the publisher's husband recently died. Sarah Westall put out an article about it, talking about how some unknown toxin or poison, and they can't identify it. They still have no idea, really. And they were both poisoned. She just happened to survive. She recovered. He died recently. She cremated him. And, you know, my first thought was, that could have been me. You know, I'm so glad that there were 12, 13 of us. But unfortunately, you know, it still happened to her. And maybe
could be any one
was
of us, Dustin, right?
Yeah, it could have been anyone. But we spread it out because there's too many of us to stop. So what would they do? They publish poison the publisher. And, you know, we can't prove it. We never will. But it's very suspect. It's another one of those coincidences. And you guys know about those creepy phone calls I got when I started talking about suing them.
Yeah, I remember you showed me the video of all these. Like, brr, brr, brr. Remember when your phone just was going off the hook?
That's from Frazzled Rip. I was told that those calls, those voices, the screams were from Frazzled Rip.
From that tape.
Yeah, they're trying to scare me. And it pissed me off, obviously, because then Bitburning came out, and Bitburning, stopbitburning.com, was about dealing with the censorship. You know, the Q movement, we're one of the worst, if not the worst, censored movements out there. We're trying to get the truth out there. We're trying to go after corruption, so it makes sense. But none of us can stand against Google, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, all these companies alone. We're too weak. They're too strong. They'll send 100 lawyers after you. If you guys pay attention to the video right here, in a second, it turns on fire and he drops it. That was my producer trying to say something about the creepy phone calls and the frazzled rip clips I got. He was kind of putting it in there. So
There's
only
you.
this show even knows that. I've never even told people that before.
Wow.
It's kind of like, yeah. He's supposed to be me walking there with the MAGA hat. But so what we're going to do is, instead of us just slow cooking or slow boiling like they would with a frog, you know, if you turn the water up slowly, the frog will sit in there and die. That's what they're doing incrementally to destroy us, to just turn up censorship until we're down to 1% or less and then get rid of us. And that's been happening. And if it continues to happen, by 2020, there won't be too many of us left, and there won't be too much of our reach left.
Well, just like us, I mean, they're trying to, our YouTube channel has 34.4 thousand people subscribe to it. And we used to get 20, 30,000 views with less than that. And, I think they're just falsifying the numbers to, make us give up maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I've been frozen at 96 for a year almost. I mean, I'm with you there. I think that they're definitely messing with us. I don't even look at the numbers anymore. I don't trust them. But the idea here is, I retained an attorney, a super attorney, Todd McMurtry, of Covington, students fame, because he's defending Nicholas Sandmann against the media. And that's back in the news recently because the appeal went through. So they're going after media again. But he stood out to me as an attorney we could trust to stand up to bullies and maybe win. So I reached out to him. I retained him. It was very expensive. It cost me $10,000 I didn't have. But I got the ball rolling and I got the research going. And he found 4 avenues of attack with his research that we could use to go after them for censorship and for their anti-competitive practices, dealing with our businesses and stuff too, because we own a business. We're operating a news business and they're sending our traffic to Fox and fake news. Right. That's also, anti-competitive and monopolistic as well. And that's another way to approach this. But before we take them to court, before we do any of that, we're going to have a movement. We're going to have an army of truth warriors that are willing to stand with us. We're going to have MAGA and Where We Go When We Go Wall and all of these other movements that are being censored, like pro-life, like Walk Away, like the anti-vax movement, just any, whatever it is, whatever it may be that they don't want you to talk about. The one thing that unites us all is censorship. So I see it as a roundtable conversation. That's why I say join the Roundtable Coalition on the website there, of bringing influencers together, first and foremost, like us, because we have a large reach, we have a large audience, and we're the ones on the front lines being censored. If we get 100, 200 influencers, we could reach 10 or 20 million or more people. Then we can take on big tech. Then we can win.
Right.
So Stop Bit Burning is digital book burning. It's where free speech makes a stand. A little bit over a month ago, we had about 13 people show up. I think you guys were there for that one.
Yeah, amazing
and then we
turnout.
Had another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good reach already. And then the recent one, just I think a week or two ago, almost a month after the first, we had over 30 influencers show up with a reach combined of 5 million. So the next step is interviews like this, getting the word out about stopbitburning.com. And then we're going to unite the whole of centered people, and we're going to lead a charge against big tech.
I think it's a very perceptive approach, because where we go when we go all, recognizing that the left, or let's say people who are Democrats and their interests, or their focus a lot is on health. Their focus a lot is on the vaccinations. And so within the censorship on that side, it comes into what's really in the food, what's really in the vaccinations, and look at the way that their censorship. So this thing, censorship, connects everyone who wants to talk about the truth. Doesn't really matter. And being in that meeting was pretty great to see all of the different spectrums of people listening, cooperating, understanding that we are not our party line first. We are not anything other than Americans first. And we know together we're fighting an establishment that is trying to prevent us from exposing the truth to the larger American people, which would upend pretty much every deep state machine, from the food pyramid to the Council on Foreign Relations. Once everyone understood, Amazon was your, intelligence agency.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, people from both sides of the political aisle were there. It's nonpartisan. If you support free speech, you're a white hat. And if you're a white hat, you're welcome in stopbitburning.com. And also the white hat movement. You guys brought that up as well. Do you have any questions about that one before I jump onto the other? Because they're kind of separate.
I think that's good. I want to real quick point out this too. Like our channel, we were talking about, we've got 37,000 comments, but yet only 107,000 views. That does not equate. But go ahead. Just wanted to show you the weird numbers that they give you.
And you'll see like negative stuff. You'll see weird things all the time. We've proven that so many times now. And the white hat movement itself, if you guys want to check out whitehatmovement.com, it's very similar, except that instead of weaponizing where we go, when we go all as a tactic, bringing people together to fight this stronger enemy, this Goliath, in this case, big tech, this one is to go after the demonetization. So people have been, they've had their lives ruined, they've had their businesses destroyed. I've seen my friends on YouTube break down in tears because they didn't know what they were going to do about, they're doing good work for the world. People value their work. They're spreading the truth. And yet they're being demonetized. They can't even make a living. They're getting paid less than McDonald's. So what I wanted to do was, after they demonetized everyone with the Vox ad apocalypse, I wanted to take the same networking, the same where we go, when we go all as a strategy. And I wanted to apply that to demonetization. So I wanted to bring white hat companies or white hat movement companies, which just means they support free speech. To be part of the white hat movement, you basically have to pledge to never censor lawful speech. It's really easy. And those companies want to support free speech, and they believe in free speech. They pledge to never censor it, and then they can also monetize us with ads and such. And they're not going to just drop us the way YouTube did, because they're not going to ban people for lawful free speech. We put lawful in there just to be covered in case they try to say we're Antifa or whatever. And that means that we've already had 3 companies that have joined this movement. So if you guys go to the businesses at the top there, after the video is done or whatever, I can show you guys, it's fine. So there's redpillliving.com, and you guys are already doing that.
Slash in the Matrix with 3 X's.
Slash in the Matrix with 3 X's, absolutely. There's qgear.us, and there's MagAssurance. So if like with MagAssurance, you just have to tell them who sent you to us. So if they go there and they get health insurance, they say Matrixxx sent them, you'll get credit for that. It's like an ad. You get paid for this traffic that you're sending, this value that you're creating for the businesses. And they're going to fund the truth media that are going to make us take over fake news, because we're demonetized. We're struggling from supply line levels. They're billion-dollar companies. And briefly, my story of being censored, you guys remember, after the Florida school shooting happened, I was banned outright from YouTube with no real excuses, just hate speech, automated messages, whatever, for reporting on the truth. I had almost 50,000 subscribers. And I was like a day away from a full month away, less than a month from my firstborn child being born. And you guys know my daughter, Athena. She's a joy. And I nearly lost my wife, and I nearly lost my daughter in childbirth. My wife lost 50% of her blood in hemorrhage.
Oh my God.
And that could have well been caused by stress. And the position that we were in mentally at the time, YouTube just destroyed our business, our jobs. We could have been homeless the next month up in New Hampshire, where it was like 6 feet of snow outside. And we had no idea what we were going to do after that. YouTube put us in that position. Before that, we were just through the roof, like 1,200 plus subs a day. Afterwards, I didn't know what I was going to do to feed my pregnant wife or house us. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. And that's why I created the White Hat Movement.
That's a very scary situation to be in for anyone.
100%.
Yeah, as a father, as a husband, it's one of the scariest things I've ever had to go through.
100%. Wow, that's amazing. Well, God bless you. I'm glad everything's okay with that. Wow. And you had a chance. We had a chance to meet your beautiful little daughter too. And wow, so cute, man. It's amazing. Oh, I remember that age.
Mike, though.
Now mine's driving around, so enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, your little one's going to be going off to big school soon.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. We have another one due in January as well. So it's like almost time for round 2 here.
Oh my gosh.
And the White Hat Movement was built to reinforce us, to reinforce all of the people that are being demonetized, that need funding from companies they want to support and they want to help and that they trust to have their back, not these abortion ads that they're putting on our YouTube channels and things like that, these anti-Trump ads that they're putting on their channels. And they do that on purpose. Like I've noticed with myself, I know Craig talked about this too. they put extra abortion ads on our channel sometimes. It's like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's spiritually offensive. So this gives us an opportunity to do something ethical, to give our audiences this great shopping opportunity with patriot companies, and to take that market share away from companies like Amazon, and to take that from them to help what we're going to do to build the new media. And we're going to just basically build it off the ashes of the old. And I joke that we're going to burn down, politically and economically speaking, of course, nonviolent, big tech, big media, and big pharma. And on their ashes, we're going to build Big Patriot.
I'm 100% supportive of that. And I think that that's exactly what this movement is about. It's about us getting the information back, the people having the information in their pocket so that they can make an informed decision. If the average person knew that there was DNA genetic material in all of those vaccinations, they wouldn't give it to their children and they would stand up, but they just don't know the truth. They don't understand that a flu shot is very close to a vaccine, and we're being zombified by this structure out there. And I think there's a lot of companies and businesses, believe it or not, whose higher level people see it going on and would like some sort of avenue, but do consider themselves stuck in the grinder of ads, marketing, this whole Goliath over here that really doesn't give any substance or anything good to society, really.
And you know what? Speaking from somebody who's had to do both and wear both hats, like I've had to be a business owner now and start Red Pill Living as a way to fund what I was doing for my Truth Media work when I was demonetized. Slash in the Matrixx, yeah. And for sure, and you guys should support Matrixxx. He does great work. He's one of the best Q scholars out there, and Shady as well. I mean, you guys do amazing work. You bring hardcore facts all the time. So please, support these guys. But, I had to do both for a while because of what happened to us. And it's a headache. It really is difficult to start your own business. And there's not a lot of good options out there. So that's the way I've built my affiliate program, to help others get a big chunk of the profits of the business, like they're in business for themselves, 30% plus of the profits. So, that's unheard of. That's incredible. And then that's what I'm trying to do for others. And that's kind of built into the business model too. So it's sort of built around the idea of reinforcing truth media, knowing the situation that we're in from the position of someone who's gone through it personally.
Absolutely. So, with the redpillliving.com/inthematrix, you can get your colloidal silvers, your vitamins and minerals, you name it, creams and topicals. There's so many good products here. Shady's actually taking the C60. Yep. As the
and
coconut
I really do
oil,
like it.
right? Are you
the
doing
coconut oil, yep.
There it is right there. This is redpillliving.com/.
I have to be talking about conspiracy at 9 a.m.
That's right. Exactly.
It's good for recovery. It's good for energy. Yeah. And it's great for just about
He throws on his C60 and now he's ready to talk to you guys.
I'm ready to roll.
That's right. So this Chela cream is really amazing too. And guys, if you could, help us out and get your colloidal silver. I know a lot of people are taking that. My mom's taking that. But go to Red Pill.
And it's also a call to entrepreneurship, and for all of us as Americans to recognize the future is bright. Entrepreneurship is what America is supposed to be about. The idea they've been training us in school for the last 3 decades to have a career, quote unquote, and work for someone else. Well, the early on Americans didn't want to work for anybody else. They wanted to work for themselves. They wanted to do what they loved in life. And so this, to me, looks like an avenue for patriots out there to start getting their products up and going, businesses up and going, in a way to come into and pretty immediately have a wide audience of eyes to see these products that are outside of what you would consider the toxic stuff that's in the mainstream. Everything from anything you put on your skin to anything you clean your home with to most of the things you put in your body have so many metals and toxins and stuff in there that really no normal thinking human being could possibly imagine that they're safe, much less every single university study that tells us it's all safe. So this is a really big thing, Dustin. I really see this as very, very huge, and kudos to you. Thank you so much for setting this up.
Yeah.
If I didn't love you guys and the other truth media out there who are going through this, the other folks who are going through this like I am, I wouldn't be worth it. It's so much work to do this. But the White Hat movement is up to 3 companies, but there's like 6 or 7 more in the pipeline, and more as they hear about it. People love the idea. So we're building the patriot economy, the free speech economy, the white hat economy. And we're going to do that by taking away money from these globalist companies that we don't trust, we don't support, that hate us, that propagandize us, that indoctrinate us, that vaccinate us, all this other stuff by force or by coercion or by deception.
That's right.
We're going to take their business away. We're going to give it to the good guys.
God bless you with that. I mean, you know, what did we just see today, Dustin? We saw ABC News sitting on a report 3 years old. The person that found all this stuff and did all this interviewing is frustrated. We report it. We report it. You report it. I report. We've been reporting it. You know,
and it's
Craig
not like
everybody.
It's not like whoever this person is doesn't have a Twitter account and they can't sit down in front of a camera in 5 minutes and tell the story to Twitter, is it?
They're not independent. And that's what this does. It keeps
exactly
people
right.
There's no like binding. You don't have to keep doing it. You can quit whenever you want. There's no sort of burden on people. If you support free speech, you're welcome to be here. You could help sell your products. There's just a few restrictions, like have a real website and pledge to not censor lawful speech and have a way to fund traffic that we send you from our different YouTubers and independent media folks and voices that are being censored out there.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you want? I don't know if you still have some time. I mean, you're more than welcome to hang, but I know you've got somewhere to go.
I got 2 minutes until I got to be out the door anyways.
Okay, so your final 2 minutes.
We really appreciate you being here with us, Dustin. You have no idea how how much that we appreciate, and all of these patriots that come to our show appreciate you, the book. Thank you for helping to get the word out. Thank you for being a face for Q.
Yep.
Much like many other creators out there, man. I think I speak for quite a few of them who say, from the bottom of our hearts, thanks for being on this wall with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and make sure to check out Dustin Nemos at stopbitburning.com, whitehatmovement.com, redpillliving.com/inthematrix with 3 X's. And don't forget, he's got Periscope, he's got YouTube. He's got 96,000 subscribers on YouTube. So very good job, Dustin, and very, very well done, sir. It was a pleasure to meet you face to face finally as well down at AmpFest.
Yeah, it really was. And thank you guys for having me on. And I will add that I have 96,000 subscribers that we know about.
That we know of. Right.
A year ago. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. And everyone out there, any feedbacks, comments, businesses that want to be part of this, entrepreneurs, voices that want to be part of this, that want to have a way to fund their channels ethically so that they can continue to do this work, maybe even become full-time. You never know. Those are options now. This was built for you.
Because where we go one,
we go all.
Absolutely. Good job, brother. Thank you so much, Patriot.
Thank you, guys.
All right. That was awesome, Shady. Dustin Nemos.
Wow.
Great guy. We've all been attacked right and left. Him as well. We've been attacked. He stood by us because he realized that exact phrase. Where we go one, we go some.
All.
Oh, dang it. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Some.
You're welcome.
Some?
We will continue to correct the record.
Yeah, because that's not an S right there on this Q post, is it?
It's not an S.
That's an A.
Well, it's not a who we want to either.
No, that's not my boat. That's not only my boat. No, okay. All right, so good. We are doing the reporting. We're not making what we need to be making. This is not any, we're struggling, guys. I mean, with this censorship that we've had on just getting people to our channel, Shady.
Just to get, new people, new eyes.
Yeah.
I did notice that we had some
quite a few
people in here. New people in here yesterday. It was really great to see some new folks out there, but you guys have to realize that our message isn't moving past us. So any sharing or spreading around person to person seems like the easiest way to get more people to see the real news, because I think that we're getting ready to have a lot more to cover. Mr. O'Keefe is he's tossing grenades around over there.
Wow, and it was a pleasure to meet him at AmpFest too. And he said they're trying to block the Epstein cover-up hashtag, but you know why? I know why. You know why, Shady, right?
Oh yeah.
Look at this tweet from Jack, guys. Do you guys realize this crap? This is Jack, the CEO of Twitter, saying, making the good pasta, reading through some amazing parts of the satanic verses. The golden threads begin to intertwine. Wow!
Yeah, I don't like painting the picture of what he's actually doing in that moment.
Good pasta does relate to the pizza stuff, guys, because Pizzagate is real. I don't care what anybody says. And it's just, and we should have Liz Crokin back on again real soon, too.
Not according to Will Summer.
Yeah, Will Summer, but he's been at the pizza joint, so I don't trust it.
He would know, I guess.
No.
He would know not to tell us.
He wants to cover up Dershowitz, too.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't like any of it.
Right.
They don't like to do any of the articles on the real corruption. I haven't seen any articles on Joe Biden or Hunter Biden or the corruption in Ukraine or any articles about what's actually coming out.
No, but you can see stupid articles about you and me, Shady.
I was getting ready to say, but they really do have a fancy for us if we decide to go somewhere and talk.
They do. Look at Jesse Waters here. This is amazing. And
this is amazing.
This is
Shout out
Jesse Waters,
to who?
Carly Bonet.
Our own.
12.6 million views.
Boom.
Let's watch
Carly.
it. We got to watch it.
And he can't wait. So thank you and thank Nero for your service. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted in the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. That and Epstein didn't kill himself.
Thank you for that comment. All right, Mike. Maybe more on that later.
Oh my God.
That might go down as being like one of the most epic moments of the year, man. I mean, really, dude.
So I talked to Carly, and she's actually pretty damn upset, man, because, none of the news is really talking about it.
I know.
And, I know
but it doesn't matter.
A lot of us are getting, upset, man, because we want to see stuff done, right?
Yes, and I get that, but at the same time, we do have to recognize that this is not. I don't think that this coming out in the mainstream media was ever part of the idea that this was going to be. They're not going to report on it. We just know they're too tangled up in it. They can't.
Right.
It's going to have to be us. The choice to know will be yours. I think to some degree means we have to wake people up on a person-to-person network level, bring them to social media. But
yeah, and I think we got to just. Because we're not asking anybody to think a certain way. We're asking for you to go research for yourself. And that goes back to my quote that I made years before Q. The truth is learned. It's never told, Shady.
That's that, and it's so true. And people that want to know will go look and they can find it. People that don't want to know will continue on their path. And the media, we just can't sit around and expect that anyone in the media is going to be honest or forthright, because they're all implicated. I mean, maybe after they're all arrested or they at least all walk away from their jobs and we have new institutions, or like Dustin was saying, maybe we build something up completely around them and block them out from any traffic. I mean, CNN is only getting like 150,000 viewers in prime time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy.
It is.
The numbers, that's not, if you count the airports even, I mean, it's crazy.
So look at what ABC News said. At the time, not all of our reporting met our standards to air, but we have not stopped investigating the story. Ever since we've had a team on this investigation and substantial resources dedicated to it. That work has led to a 2-hour documentary and a 6-part podcast that will air in the new year.
Bullshit.
And then here's Amy's statement. As a journalist, as an Epstein story continued to unfold last summer, I was caught in a private moment of frustration. I was upset at the important interview that I'd conducted with Virginia Roberts didn't air because we could not obtain sufficient corroborating evidence to meet ABC's editorial standards about her allegations. My comments about Prince Andrew and her allegation that she had seen Bill Clinton on Epstein's private island were in reference to what Virginia Roberts said in that interview in 2015. I was referencing her allegations, not what ABC News had verified through our reporting. The interview itself, while I was disappointed didn't air, didn't meet our standards. In the years since, no one ever told me or the team to stop reporting on Jeffrey Epstein.
What kind of comment is that?
It's bullshit comment.
Look at this. You're sitting there saying you're going to sit there and be talk to whoever you're bragging to about, I've got it nailed down.
Right.
It's ironclad. I can't believe they did. Oh, concern. Oh. And then now you're going to put out this like, ABC News can't verify. Well, you either have a person who's telling you what happened and it checks out with what happened in real life, or it doesn't. A reporter can do that. You don't need ABC to verify that.
Right. And the first time this was done is 11/11/17. We knew about it then, Anons, at least from Q. I knew about it before Q, but this is it. This is the first one. Look at this. Look who they're protecting, guys.
They are protecting an ancient cult.
Mm-hmm. Right. Here's the chair. Why is Epstein spending $29 million to bury the tunnels underneath his temple? Phones were allowed in. These people are stupid. Look at this. H.
4318.
Look at this.
4618. We can't verify.
Nope.
That looks
Can't
like a
verify.
Picture. That looks like a picture of Bill Clinton with an underage girl. That can't be verified.
And what's her name? Yeah, Ray Chandler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't verify. But this is why. This is why ABC can't do it. Because
we got too many connections to the intelligence
Here's the
agency.
reporter. See her right in the middle there? That's the reporter. This is senior special agents, operations specialist, assistant director, deputy assistant director, FBI executive, management and program analyst, senior analyst, senior special agent in charge. Everybody is talking to the reporter and telling the reporter what to do. The reporter can't do a damn thing.
Nope. Every single message coming to the reporter is saying, don't do anything. None of it's verified. Can't be verified.
Okay.
Guilty.
Look at, there's even somebody named Jennifer Epstein in Bloomberg.
Bloomberg, yeah. All these people are guilty.
All these people, we read their names off that one time, right, Shady?
Yes, we did. And they're all guilty of knowingly providing false information to the public of the United States of America to cover up for crimes of elite pedophiles.
And
Simple.
look at this. So Epstein Island actually had access to Five Eyes, guys, basically to the White House, guys.
Which server was there?
Huh? Interesting, right? Interesting. And look at this. Is this normal? This is not just about, we posted this earlier. So we don't have pictures of Bill Clinton at Epstein Island, do we?
Nope. It's not verified.
No, we don't have any pictures.
But you have to close your eyes. Wait, close your eyes.
Shady, this picture is not verified.
Right, close your eyes and you won't see it.
No, this is not verified. It's not real. The sex trafficking is not real. Right?
I didn't have sex with any of those men.
I bet we're going to find out that the person that she's saying that she got the information to took that camera. What was the lady's name?
Of the
the interview. Here it is. I bet behind the camera is Virginia Roberts.
Amy.
That's Virginia Roberts is behind the camera.
Roberts. Right. I think we did have some information from her.
That's
Amy
Amy
Roberts.
Roberts.
Some of the QMAP posts.
I'm just guessing now. That's just what hit me right now. Okay.
No, I think you're right. I'm remembering something.
Look at this. RachelChandler.us is a handler. Look at Rachel Handler.
Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea. RC. Flight logs reveal many hidden artifacts, guys. Look what we got. Flight logs, ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN. Shady.
Most trusted name in news.
Epstein Island dungeon beneath the temple. Sex, torture rooms, openly flaunt across social media. Untouchable. Look at this, guys.
Oh.
We don't have anything. It's uncorroborated.
There's nothing underneath there.
No,
nothing going on.
Look.
We have
and
no
that
information.
Does look like Hillary Clinton, by the way, right here in the middle. Right there on channel 11. I'm sorry. Oh, but she doesn't have that mic. I mean, her boobs don't look that way.
I'd be Nancy Pelosi.
And that's what people say. I don't think so.
I don't either, but that's what some people were saying.
Well, Hillary is listed with Q.
Right.
The whole time on Epstein Island. Connect the dots. Oh, we don't know who that is.
No.
Does a single picture of Bill Clinton on Epstein's plane with Rachel Chandler refute his entire statement? Fake news disinformation campaign failing thanks to Q, you, and Project Veritas right now. You are the news now. Together you're strong. Q. Sessions began the Epstein investigation, guys. Guess who attempted the block?
Now we know when Durham started too.
Right.
And watching these guys a lot longer than, I think I said a couple of months ago, I think we're going to learn that the whole Q thing was a way to actually circumvent all the pardons that had been left in the wake of the last 3 presidents.
Right. Look at this.
You know, we made them commit more crimes. We're going to get them on current crimes.
Look at this stuff, guys. Look at Kid Love Productions, Bill Maher. That's disgusting.
Nothing to see here.
No. Those that are loudest, guys.
The trusted people who tell you what their opinions are.
Not so funny now, is it, Bill Maher? With doing his little Q skit. Because they're afraid, guys. They're afraid of you knowing who Q is.
Yep, they're afraid of you caring. They don't want you to care. You know, it's not even about knowing the intricacies. It's just about caring about what it is. If you care about what it is, then all of a sudden you're going to look, and more than likely you're going to understand.
Right.
Because it's not that hard to understand, Matrixx. Most people recognize that the global elite are attacking us. They just don't know how.
Yep, and here, look at this. How is Bronfman connected to next? And go backwards, meaning in history, meaning the Bronfmans are a bloodline that used to do the drug running for the Oppenheimers and the Vanderbilts and such. And they also run Canada, folks. And yes, Allison Mack pled guilty.
Yes, she did. And we had 6.6 earthquake off of the Bronfman Island yesterday.
Wow. 6.6.
Almost a shallow earthquake, almost the same as the one that was in China Lake.
Wow.
Almost the same size.
Wow.
Just thought that was interesting.
Wow. Look at this. I mean, so we've been looking at this stuff, guys.
Epstein
for a
did not
long
kill
time.
himself.
Yeah, where's Ghislaine?
I don't know, but she should be in custody.
Where is Epstein being held? Reconciled? Do you believe in coincidence? Powerful people. This is when I don't really think he was being held there. I'm just saying, I don't know. How do you eliminate a liability? Epstein didn't kill himself.
Hashtag. They've changed the spelling of Epstein, and they're screwing with the. Hey, oh yeah, that's another thing. What was how many tweets did you say the president has now tweeted since POTUS? 188, 180,
no, that's
or
130,
130,000,
118,000.
118,000 tweets that your president has made since he became the president. You think that he doesn't love you? 118,000.
Wow. And then 188 mistakes.
108. So he's getting like that's like 0.1%.
Right. And that's those messages are for us because remember Q says punctuation and
spellings matter.
Spelling matters. And remember,
maybe our friend Brian Stelter over there should calculate in the number of tweets people make to the number of mistakes that they make, and I guarantee he comes up with a whole different number.
Punctuation. How do you spell punctuation?
P-U-N. Oh no, I don't want to do this on the air. P-U-N-C-T-U-A. I think you have it right, don't you? I think you have it spelled right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the way I would spell it. Oh,
yeah.
God.
I guess it's not in there. I don't know. Maybe it's not right. Just I need another cuppy. I said, okay, so let's just, we're going to end this pretty much here. Carly Bonet, congratulations on your viral tweet. Be strong, Patriot. I'm with you on some, we're all kind of feeling the frustration, but I think this is how we do it, man. I think
I'm here
this
to
is how
report
we do
you
it.
spelled it correctly.
Okay, good. Flynn attorney demands FBI search Sentinel database for missing manipulated witness reports. God bless you, Cindy Powell. Again, 302s.
Go, Sydney, go.
302s. Where have we heard 302s before?
302s are all over the place, and you're actually hearing about them in the news. Please let this be over so that this operation blows the gates off of the
Here's your 302 modification, guys. That's exactly... When did we know this, Shady?
Oh, so long ago.
4/27/18 is when this first 302.
Yeah, I think there may even have been a little bit of...
620. Look at...
Are
there any 302s in this post?
Nope.
No, I don't see
no
any.
proof of 302 information in this post.
No 302s? Nope.
And not about 17 either. Nothing that happened in 2017 on those 302 posts.
No 302s.
No news here, guys.
No. Look at FISA spy, FBI 302s. No. Thank God
Attempting to bring you the unrelevant news every day on the Matrixxx Grooove Hour.
Will newly discovered evidence, AG Barr, Sydney, SDNY, Sydney Powell. Free Flynn? Damn straight it will, Shady. What do you think?
I think Boomtown. Thanks so much for Dustin.
Wait, do
to
that
come on
again. You
here,
think
too.
what? You think what?
Boomtown.
Ah, there you go. I needed to get you in there. So, guys, real quick, too, before we go, imagine that. Richmond precinct runs out of ballots. You should never tell people to come back later. We're seeing vote fraud right in our... Here's another one. Imagine that. Virginia voters facing problems at the polls.
Make paper ballots. Make paper ballots great again.
Just make voting great again.
Get rid of these damn voting machines. I'll take all the paper we need to print.
All right. And Joe Flynn talking about David Ignatius here with Helper. Go ahead and read that. Support the president. Support Flynn. Support each other, guys. No more attacks.
Hashtag Epstein cover up.
Hashtag by the way, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Read the transcript.
Read the transcript. Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. All right, guys. So that's what we got, Shady. Final words. Let's do. Where's my outro pick? Here it is.
I really
There she
appreciate
is.
Dustin coming on, and I know that Trinity has the phone there, but Dustin Nemos, thank you so much for coming on and presenting.
you,
I think
Dustin.
this is a real big foothold into the future of spreading the truth around. This is what we're going to have to do.
That's right. And 8kun has had 34 million people. They're having a hard time keeping it up. It is also under major attack. But stay
Yes, it
tuned.
is.
We all got to learn how to get onto
Just
that
like
thing.
free speech is all over the world.
Keep an eye out for all your QPost aggregators. QMap.pub. What is it? What are the Keybase.pub? There's a couple of them. But just keep an eye on the aggregators.
QAnon.com or
Pub. QAnon.pub.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. So, check those out when you can, guys. And with that, oh my gosh, what a show. Just so much going on. We can't keep up. But we're going to try, aren't we, Shady? We're going to try. Shady Grooove with 3 O's on Twitter. Get over there and follow him. Don't forget Truth for Freedom on YouTube there. There was a Q Lounge Live. Did you know? If you haven't seen it, go over there and check it out. Maybe we'll upload it here to this channel. It's up to Shady. In the Matrixx at 3x's.com. Get your redpillliving.com/inthematrix XXX. And God bless you all, Patriots. Thank you for all your support. Much love. Peace.